Hey, good morning, good evening, good lunchtime, whatever it is, wherever you are. Welcome to sunny Edinburgh. And I have been playing about with my wireframe profiles, and a couple of people have asked me what QR code generator do I use to bring in stuff like this. So I feel that if you've got a lot of screen estate available to you, then perhaps you could use QR codes to drop in stuff and direct people to where you want them to go, because we all know that they're sitting there with their phone whilst they're watching your show. So if you want them to go to your YouTube site or to your website or your LinkedIn profile or a sign-up page or something like that, join your mailing list, anything along those lines, that you want them to go visit without coming off your stream, they can go do that on their phone if you've got a QR code there. So I've kind of mocked up a couple of different business cards with QR codes on to take people to different places. And there's one version, and here comes another. So they're just different mock-ups using shapes within my profile to create something that looks like a business card. You may already have a business card that you've got a profile for, because quite often when you're getting them designed, somebody will send you the design for approval, so you might want to use that as well. But if you don't, you can mock them up like this, or perhaps if it's something more LinkedIn, you might want to do something that looks a little like your LinkedIn profile, and of course you could put that in the all scenes area, so that at any time that you fancied bringing it up, you could fly it in or fly it out from the all scenes, and either put a Stream Deck key for hide and show that grouped overlay, or use a hotkey to hide and show that. So which package do I use to create these? So I didn't do a great deal of research. I just sort of went to the App Store and typed in QR codes, and this was one of the first ones that came up. So the app's called iQR, and you can get it from the App Store. It's either free or very, very low cost. It's really, really simple to use, and it allows you to create all sorts of QR codes that look a little fancier than just the traditional sort of black and white versions. So this is me with the package open in front of me, and you can do all sorts of different things. So you can change the style of pixels to a selection of different versions. So all sorts of different versions, and it's kind of jumping about on me while it changes things. But I can have all sorts of styles of there. I can change the foreground and the background, and there's a little tick down the bottom here, a little green tick, and that's going to tell me whether the QR code will work or not, basically. But I can change things like the control points as well, so I can change the colours of those. I can have them in different styles. So round, stars, whatever you want really, you can play about with and change all these different elements to sort of zip up your QR code. And you can even drop in a logo in there. So if you were going to your YouTube channel, you might want to drop a YouTube logo in the middle of that, and you can size it and move it around as well. And it's letting me get that quite big till then suddenly an X appears at the bottom of the screen. Did you see the little red X appear there? And it's still appearing, but if I shrink that down a bit, eventually I'm going to get a green tick, which means my QR code's good to go. QR codes originally came from Japan and were designed to go onto pieces of automotive equipment in a factory. So they're actually designed to be read even if they're damaged very heavily. So they're very resilient and pretty much will work regardless of what you do. You really have to mess it up to destroy a QR code. The only element I would say there is that you need to have a dark colour for the dots and a lighter colour for the background, otherwise it won't work. It doesn't work if you flip those back to front. It always wants them to be that way round. So that's kind of QR codes and how you can make them look however you want them to. In this package as well, what I can do is I can download that as a see-through background as well as with the yellow background in this particular case. But you could change all of those as much as you like, but I quite like the sort of see-through background, and then I'd maybe drop it onto a white area on my screen or something like that. And obviously you can do this for absolutely anything, as it indicates up the top here. So you could have all sorts of different information contained within your QR code, and drop that on the screen, and people are going to be able to do that, even right down to maps and stuff like that. So yeah, go and use QR codes. That would be my advice. It's something that you've got space on the screen to drop it in. Why not use it? So very short live. Thanks to everybody who's been watching any of my video content that I put up on YouTube. The channel is still very much, it's 2 days old, but I'm heading up to 100 views in 2 days, which is incredible. So thank you for those who've been watching, and please continue to watch, and I'll continue to provide content, hopefully. At least that's the idea. But for now, cheerio. Bye from sunny Edinburgh.